He trusted Trump. Now his business is in ruins. Dog, this seems to be a common occurrence nowadays, man.
Meet Wilson Jones. He and his brother are sixth-generation lumbermen, owners of Mackey's Ferry Sawmill in North Carolina. And they both voted for Donald Trump all 3 times. And because of the Trump tariffs, they had to shut down their family business of almost 40 years and lay off 50 workers.
That's now, See, this is what the economist was trying to tell y'all about these tariffs. The tariffs don't hurt the foreign countries. They hurt you, the consumer. It's basically like the political version of you saying, I'm going to show them, and then you punch your own self in the mouth.
Stories like this come out. There's only one question I wish reporters would ask. Knowing what you know now, would you still vote for Donald Trump again? And this time they did. Watch.
Do you have any regrets about voting for him?
There are some things I regret about voting for President Trump. Yes, 100%. Trade policy is one of them.
Bro said that like he regret ordering spicy wings at Applebee's instead of lemon pepper wings or some shit, dog. Like, nah, like this is a big deal. You lost 50 paychecks, my dude. That's not no small feat.
Even though that I wish he could have moderated his tone.
Dude said he wish Trump would moderate his tone. That'll be like asking us black people to be quiet while we playing spades or playing bones or something. That's in that boy DNA. He don't know no better.
Well, I understand you have to do one thing to get elected and then something else, but I wish it hadn't turned out that way.
No, you don't have to do one thing to get elected and do another thing once you're in office. Actually, that's the complete opposite. And that is why so many people have said promises made and promises not kept, because that was his slogan during his entire rallies, during the campaign. And now that a lot of people are seeing that a lot of these promises aren't being kept, now they're flipping. I don't know if he's necessarily flipping. We're going to let the context build, but this is insane, guys. And we're seeing it happen across the board.
That being said, given the 2 people running, regardless of what they said on the campaign trail, I would have voted for President Trump.
Now, this is what I call political simping. You can never love a politician this damn much. They're like saying he burned my house down, but at least he bought some marshmallows. Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie though. Political scientists got a specific term for this. That's called identity protective cognition. That means that you gonna die on that cross. You gonna protect and defend your group even if the facts hitting you right in your head.
I don't necessarily have regrets. I mean, it came out that that's what he was going to fight for.
Delusional.
And knowingly, that would affect us probably, because the only place to really ship a volume of lumber was either Vietnam.
I cannot make this up whatsoever. If you guys didn't hear what he said, regardless of what the other candidate was saying, he still would have voted for President Trump, guys. I cannot make this up whatsoever, guys. And this is straight out of their mouths. It's crazy, y'all. And I can't, seriously. It's so frustrating, and this is what I mean by when I say that. People don't vote on policy. People don't vote on, what the person is talking about, what they're saying. They don't vote on that. They don't care about any of that. It's identity. It's identity politics. That's all it is.
Pew Research did a study saying Americans is going to choose their team first and the facts second. It's just like sports. People going to defend the Saints, I'm one of them, even if they go 0-16.
People were not ready, and I've been telling so many people this. We've been saying this for a long time. The reason why Kamala lost is because a lot of people were not ready to have a president of the opposite sex, let alone because she was black. But aside from that, that was the main reason why. So it wasn't the policies that she was talking about. As a matter of fact, she talked about her policies were so conservative to the point to where Trump looked like the extreme when you talk about throwing tariffs and all these insane immigration policies. Her policies, when you really sit down and look at each individual one, were so just hey, we're going to cruise and we're going to keep the ship afloat while also trying to lower prices in the meantime. That's all she was talking about. It wasn't about policy. It was about identity.
Or China. And, so it's going to affect us. But I don't, outside of not voting, I don't think I had a choice to vote any other direction.
What? And this is why I roll my eyes when people say that Kamala Harris didn't connect with the working class, because the working class is literally out here saying that they would vote for Trump again after losing everything because of him. At some point, folks need to accept that the issue wasn't Kamala's message. The issue is who certain people are willing to hear it from. And that's a conversation a lot of people aren't ready to have.
Absolutely. And shout out to the creator. His name is Jose Can You See or something like that. Yeah, I think I said that right. I'm gonna link his video in the description below, man. That was amazing. This is what I mean by when I say they don't vote on policy. Like, this is what I mean when I say that these policies are destroying so many people. This is what I mean when I say guys like this are coming out here and are willing to contradict everything that goes on into their lives just to support these policies.
They go to jail.
What's your argument?
They go to jail.
Okay, so what about
My parents are legal citizens.
now? They are.
Okay.
But before they weren't.
Okay, and when they weren't, they should have been deported.
What?
does that mean?
This nigga's an idiot.
know, so-
Say, dog, the fact that this little dude is arguing for his hypothetical deportation is crazy to me. That's like saying if he caught himself slipping, he would arrest himself. Boy, you's a dweeb. And Jay already said it. Trump wanted to get rid of that. That's a fact. That birthright citizenship.
I don't know where I belong
Dirt
because
ass.
I'm Salvadorian. I'm 100% Salvadorian.
Let's go back.
That's fine.
Okay, go.
I don't have any worries, but I'm an American citizen, so I can stay right here and come to school every single day like I do.
Okay,
And all you can do is be upset about it.
This is exactly how President
They don't
Trump
like you,
won the
nigga.
past election. You had a lot of college students out here, kind of similar to like this, where, you know, they didn't really understand, or maybe, I don't know. And, you know, so many people within this whole frame, you know, which Turning Point USA came out and won a lot of those votes, right? But so many people like this are in college. They don't understand a lot of the policies and how it truly affects them, right? Because I'm gonna lay it out, and not saying that that's specifically him, but when you're in college, when you sit back and you know, are experiencing a lot of the things that you are in college, you're going to class, you are, you know, having fun with your friends and all these different things. You don't really have a true concept of, you know, real life, like life outside of school. And not saying I'm talking about him specifically, because he could
Nah, this nigga's a lame cornball, delusional, no coochie getting little boy, bro. Like, I know that hat on a college campus is a coochie repellent. I know it is. Oh, y'all thought I was professional. I do that, you know, this after hours right here. This once I get off the clock, you know, all the code switching come off, bro.
be maybe in grad school, or maybe he's got his own life set up, whatever the case is. But in the general sense, you don't have your life set up. Yeah, you can vote, you can go out here and make your decisions, but you don't understand how a lot of these policies truly affect you and your life. Because when you're in that mindset, you think about where you want to be. You want to be a millionaire. You want to be a billionaire. You want to have all these nice things, upper class and all these different things. But you don't understand how these things affect you. So when you have people like this who go out and vote for those policies, yeah, they're not going to be affected by these different things until they get into the real world, until they understand
people, I know it.
A lot of these things are real life. And this is how Trump won. He went after these different things.
Yeah, bro, when you're in college, dog, you ain't got to worry about too much, dog. You ain't got to worry about no rent, no mortgage, no light bill, no water bill. You don't have to worry about health insurance, all things that grown people worry about. And when people get in office, it affects that shit. How much it's going to cost, if you're going to have access to it and all of that kind of stuff. You don't got to worry about credit scores. You don't have to worry about interest rates and any of that stuff for the most part, because you're a child. You still in college. Your mom and dad probably supporting you. Some people really got to get it out the mud like I did and pay for it myself, you know. But for the most part, man, in college, you ain't got no real life experiences. So when you voting for stuff, man, you don't know how this really going to affect you for the most part. Some people that age do know. Some of them really smart, but I'm talking about the average 21, 19, 20. They don't know shit, bro. Honestly, man. You talk to most of them, they don't know.
Turning Point USA went out and bought a lot of these votes, let alone the hypocrisy of him and his family, right? When we talk about his family being immigrants into the country, I think he's naturalized citizen, right? I think he was born here, which in essence makes him a legal citizen, right? But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like, yeah, you have the right to go to college, like you said. You have the right to live your everyday life. But why is it contradicting everything else that you spoke about within, you know, this whole video? Like, it contradicted everything. And this is where I get so confused when I see, you know, migrants and immigrants come in here and support these policies.
It don't make no sense, man. You know why they don't understand it? Because a lot of immigrants think that they are voting for honorary whiteness. They think that the system is going to make a exception for them. But I got a little spoiler alert. They not.
This is why I
especially the
struggle.
Cuban dudes.
I personally don't care. You know what I mean? Like, you're a citizen, you're within the Constitution, and by all means, you have the right to be here. It's in the Constitution. However, on the flip side, the man with the hat that you have on right now in this video, just earlier in the year, right when he got into office, was trying to get rid of this piece within the Constitution, becoming a naturalized citizen within the Constitution. He was talking about it. It was all over. He was trying to, but it's within the Constitution. You can't change it. That along with the coming to president for the third term or whatever case. Like, this is real life. And this is the frustrating part that I always talk about.
I didn't vote. I don't vote, but I did want him to win because I thought he was going to do the right thing for
You
our
supported
community.
President Trump only for this to happen to your husband?
I didn't support him. I didn't vote for him, but I like I said, I thought he was going to do the right thing.
Yeah, that's like the political version of he's going to change. You know, that delusional girl that keep going back to this toxic ex?
At first, but once I started seeing all this and it happened to me personally, I was like, wow, like, it's crazy how this is really happening.
Yeah, and I'm not going to play the video. That probably would get censored out. But at the end of the day, guys, this is what I mean when I say that. You know, people don't understand. People don't do their research. I don't even know if she really understood what it was going to look like. I mean, it was clear as day.
I ain't gonna lie, dog. People be voting like they shopping on Temu. I mean, the pictures be looking good, but when you get the actual product, man, that shit ain't hitting on nothing.
What was going to happen when he got into office, but at the same time, you know, when you don't understand how these different things affect you and your life, right? Like, this is when you turn into a situation like this. Now her husband is deported from the entire country.
No,
and who knows where he's at this point?
Not a
you know,
hubby.
like, we've seen this
Not
story
his
countless
esposa.
of times, and this is what I mean by I'm curious as to who and what policies and which situation was she supporting, which made her want President Trump to be into office. Listen, I don't hate Trump. I have no ill will against Trump. I just disagree with a lot of the policies, and that's okay. We have the First Amendment right to disagree with any policies and any ideas of anybody within the country. That's a part of the First Amendment, as long as it's not hate speech. And that's what I mean when I say, like, people don't understand. And similar to like the first video, at the beginning of this video,
I'm a little different from my partner Jay Reed. I like a nigga to know I don't fuck with him. I like that, bro. Like just if you don't like me, let me know what it is. I don't like you. That's what it is. We don't like each other. What's up? I don't like all that. Man, don't bring no dude I don't fool with around, because he gonna know I don't fool with him, man. I'm not gonna shake his hand.
a lot of people could not vote for the other candidate. A lot of people just could not, because it's within their values, and regardless of what she said, like what the first guy said, regardless of what she said, it didn't matter. Just because she's a woman and just because she's black, like that, those are two super negatives in front of so many people's eyes from this past election. That is it.
Hey, bro, personally, I don't think the election was really about red versus blue. I think it was more like vibes versus facts. A lot of people was vibing with Trump, but they wasn't really looking at the facts, and the vibes won.
I would say the biggest buyer's remorse is happening with Latino supporters. What I saw this last election, for example, Latino male voters voted for me and for Donald Trump. I think because he and I had some alignment when it comes to border policy, I've been able to hold that support, and a lot of these Latino male voters are saying to me, this is not what we voted for. We wanted border security. We did want deportations of bad people, gangbangers, things of that nature. But we didn't want, the mom to be deported from their child, right? And so that's where largely the buyer,
or even the mom and the citizen child together, because the administration says, well, we're going to keep them together. That's a mom's choice.
Exactly. And the other area, by the way, is business. A lot of businessmen and women are concerned about the economy. We are a border state. We do we're a richer state because of border trade, and some of the decisions the president has made is costing us jobs already.
That's crazy work, bro. Let's get into some of these comments, though, bro. From the Hispanic community, racism is expensive. 976 likes. They voted to hurt people that didn't look like them and didn't realize that they looked like the people that got hurt. 1191 likes. Latino here, and I voted for Kamala. They voted for a known racist, so they knew exactly who and what he was and what he would do. They all wanted to feel superior to another group of people. They don't consider themselves part of the other group. Trump's messaging worked like a charm. That man got game, dog. Latina here voted for Kamala. Oh, okay. He forgot to put no there. Okay. They know exactly what they voted for. They just didn't know it was going to happen to them. I'm sorry, but I don't have sympathy for them. They knew what they signed up for, so suck it up and deal with it. That is crazy work.
That's quite literally. If it wasn't for that, I promise you, we would have seen a president in office that was not MAGA.
Bro, they wasn't ready for no female president, dog. White women ain't vote for Hillary Clinton.
That's just clear as day. And that's why you saw so many people come out in record numbers, college students and minorities. And so many people came out in record numbers voting against the other candidate. And now we are in the situation that we are in right now.
All right, guys, as always, if you like what I was putting down, hit that sub button.